June 13th. That is apparently the date that WBO welterweight champion Terence "Bud" Crawford will be fighting again. It's just too far out, isn't it? It's the same as Anthony Joshua against Pulev. We've got a guy who's been out again for over half a year in his last fight, which wasn't punishing at all for him, and you just got all that time wasted. Now, one of the opponents Crawford may face that has been penciled in apparently is Kell Brook. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Kell Brook is now at 154 pounds. He's trying to find his stride there. He hasn't had, of course, a lot of luck at middleweight or in his most recent outing at welterweight. Bad memories there. So he's going for 154. He's a guy who even now still looks drained, I feel, at 154. So the idea of dropping down and fighting somebody as potent as Crawford, I just can't see that happening. The other opponent from the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao, the 41-year-old WBA welterweight champion of the world. That would be definitely a super fight in the modern terming of super fight. Really one to look forward to, and one that would really lift 2020, I feel, in terms of just fights to look forward to. Now, Terence Crawford, who I regard in the top three of pound for pound, just because of his skill set, he seems to have gotten better as he's gone up in the weights. He's about 32, 33 now. He's getting on. He's going to be getting past his prime peak soon. He needs to hurry up. And apart from that victory over Victor Postol, he hasn't really had any big standout fights. And even the fight against Postol, it was so one-sided. There wasn't enough resistance there to really, I think, historically weigh it as a worthwhile top victory in his career. No, he's a guy of such talent. We're still waiting for him to knock down an impressive wall. Now, Pacquiao, because he's 41, because he's Manny Pacquiao, and because he brings a belt to the table, he is going to have to be handsomely rewarded to take this very dangerous fight. I definitely would favour Terence Crawford. And I've got no doubt he will be the bookies' favourite. He can punch with either hand. He's got real spite and likes to finish you, which you don't always see. He's a guy who can actually switch stance and make use of it from a practical standpoint rather than just being frustrated or experimenting. He knows what he's doing in there. Very capable fans. You got like the looping counters that he walks you onto. Very dangerous prospect for Manny Pacquiao. But Pacquiao, in his fourth decade of life, still seems to have spring in his legs. He still knows how to fire the straight left hand. It's so surprising. And he's still a champion, a world champion in 4 different decades right now. Absolutely insane. I did pick Keith Thurman to beat Manny Pacquiao last year. Or was it in July? But only just. So the fact that Manny Pacquiao still managed to win wasn't that surprising for me. With this fight, if it goes ahead, I am going to have to pick Terence Crawford definitely to win this one. Possibly by stoppage. A guy who will be looking to make a statement in what will be his first mega fight. But with Manny Pacquiao, a guy who, when I first saw him, when I picked up Boxing Monthly over here in the UK, and I saw that he'd thrashed Marco Antonio Barrera in 2003, in the back of my mind I thought, this guy's style isn't going to last. Especially the fact he's a smaller fighter. The fact he is still going in itself is a little bit of a mini miracle. And following that, his awkwardness, the fact he's still got speed. I couldn't be too surprised if Manny Pacquiao managed to prove me wrong once again.